Did you know that somewhere in the Rocky Mountains there's a treasure chest that's filled to the brim with gold and jewels? I've spent the last year obsessing over the clues, and this weekend I loaded up my dogs in my truck camper to go see if I was right. What are y'all doing? My dogs are gonna chase you. Get! Big mountain hen here. We are at Granite Peak Campground. We just drove here 7 hours. I was a little worried about it getting dark and not being able to find a place to camp, but there's nobody out here. I just bought this from Walmart. We need to take it out of the packaging. Bears are gonna be a real concern on this adventure. Just a couple weeks ago, somebody died in Glacier National Park from a bear attack for the first time in 30 years. I think about a month ago, somebody was attacked in Yellowstone, which is like exactly where we're going. I don't know if y'all can see that. I see two pairs of eyes shining at me. We're gonna just get in the truck, dude. This is making me uncomfortable. I'm not really a big fan of this. I can't make out if it's deer or what anymore, dude. Wisdom waits in shadowed sight for those who read these words just right. Okay, at this point you might be wondering, what the hell am I going on about? And why am I out here in the freezing cold, sleeping in my truck bed, looking for a literal treasure chest? Well, to explain, we have to go back to 2010. A man named Forrest Fenn, an eccentric art dealer from Santa Fe, took a 42-pound bronze chest, filled it with gold coins, rubies, and other ancient artifacts, and hid it somewhere in the Rockies. He then published a vague poem with 9 clues he claimed would lead a person directly to the treasure. For the next 10 years, hundreds of thousands of people went searching, and a few even died trying. Finally, in 2020, a man named Jack Stu found the chest in Yellowstone National Park. But the story doesn't end there. In 2025, one of the original Fenn searchers, Justin Posey, hid his own treasure chest filled with gold bars, a Bitcoin, and even original pieces from the Fenn treasure. This hunt was announced to the world through a 3-part Netflix documentary series. Built on the same spirit of adventure, Justin created his hunt around clues hidden in the documentary, a poem he released online, and a book he published. Solve the poem and the $1 million treasure chest is yours to go retrieve. First, let's go over the parameters. Justin confirmed you could drive a lowrider right up to the search area. No high clearance vehicle required. Second, once you park, the chest is going to be hidden within a 1-mile radius. Unlike Fenn's hunt, we don't have to risk any dangerous river crossings to go get it. Fourth, it's likely not buried. Justin explicitly said it would take an eternity to find if he actually put it underground. And this last one is pretty important. The location is completely dog friendly. That single detail is huge because it instantly crosses all national park land off our map. The poem is sequential, a linear set of directions. And if we start with the very first lines, we get a massive hint on page 189 of the book. Justin directly compares the Madison River to a metronome, marking the years of our quest, flowing through each measured rhyme. So right away, we know our starting point is the Madison River. This is where the poem really starts to come together in my head. The word hole is capitalized, meaning it refers to a specific landmark. Flipping back to page 180, Justin mentions camping and fishing with his brother at Baker's Hole Campground. The Madison River runs directly behind it, and it's a legendary fly fishing spot. So now we have an exact location. Now, this is the point in the poem where I don't have all the pieces to the puzzle. Ursa means bear, and Baker's Hole sits right on the edge of heavy grizzly territory. I believe we have to bear east, maybe into the woods from here, and eventually identify 2 rock markers close to each other for the double arcs on Granite Bold. While the rest of the poem was still a mystery to me, I felt so strongly about the starting location that I knew I had to get boots on the ground the second the snow melted this season. Beautiful, beautiful camp spot. Man, we got lucky finding this. Getting some breakfast going. It was pretty cold last night, and honestly I was in such a rush to get out the door yesterday. Forgot like extra socks, forgot to bring breeches. Yeah, it looks so ridiculous right now. We got to drive through Jackson Hole anyway, so I'm gonna stop and try to find some breeches that aren't Louis Vuitton and $1,000. And then we're gonna make our way to Baker's Hole Campground near Yellowstone. Time to go pick up my treasure chest. We're gonna take a deep dive into Jackson's Hole. Today we're gonna be exploring Jackson's Hole. Every time I come here, man, still amazed. Really doesn't get old. Well, we finally made it to Baker's Hole Campground. Literally got one of the last spots here. I mean, if we would have came 20-30 minutes later, I don't think we would have made it. Whipping up some shrimp for lunch here before we get boots on the ground. Okay, if we look at it on the map, we're right here. This is the Madison. We're gonna be trying to search this whole area. Actually, don't even think the treasure chest would be that far from the campsite, because when Justin hid the treasure, he had a broken tibia and the thing weighs 60 pounds. We got our bear spray. We got this annoying ass bell, so hopefully the bears hear us coming. We got the whole crew on the case. Double arcs on Granite Bowl. Dude, everything is fair game at this point. That honestly could have been the double arcs. So many mixed feelings right now. Keep our eyes peeled, man. Look, if that really was double arcs, that would mean we're at double arcs on Granite Bowl, where secrets of the past still hold. Beyond the reach of time's swift race. Around the bend, past the hole. Time's swift race. What are you doing? It's not over here. You suck at snowboarding and treasure hunting. Go home. When I got back to base camp, I began to ponder, how could I be wrong? What if I missed it? Am I gonna die alone? Thought it would be pretty fitting, since we're in Yellowstone, bison for dinner, along with a little bit of garlic vodka ravioli on the side. Lucy decided she was done for the night. A buffalo ravioli right there. Now Lucy wants to poke her head out, huh? Getting pretty close.
Does someone need a hug?
Well, while we're in Yellowstone, we're gonna enjoy ourselves this morning before we start looking for treasure.
I'm taking the canyon down.
I feel like it's probably not good to breathe this shit in. Alright, we just got back to base camp and we're gonna give this thing one more shot. I really think it's over here. Around the bend, past Baker's Hole Campground. Somewhere like this is exactly where I think it would be, you know what I mean? A mile from the road, easy to get to. Nobody really has any business walking back here. Looking for a 60-pound dog statue full of $1 million. Kind of like a needle in a haystack out here, man. And at some point, you gotta know when you're not winning. And I think I've reached that point.
To everybody who's watching, I'm out.
Y'all were supposed to help me find the treasure, not just run around. Oh. Well, we're going home empty-handed and smelly. There's still $1 million laying out there to be found. Gas prices being $5, I don't think I'll be able to take a crack at this anytime soon. I really do believe that the treasure will be found in the search area I was looking in. I mean, it took 10 years for that guy to solve the Forrest Fenn treasure hunt. And he didn't even really solve the poem, you know what I mean? He just ended up grid searching. I do think it's awesome that Justin made the treasure hunt dog friendly. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this adventure. Subscribe for more.